Hey everybody, it's Kim Flannery, the Director of Nutrition at the Wisconsin Athletic Club. Just back with you today again to do a quick little talk about some tricks that our brains can play with us that make eating, healthy eating, very difficult. We talked in my last video about noticing what's going on with ourselves, and the acronym NICE, N-I-C-E, with that notice being the first step. This time I'm going to elaborate a little bit more with the first of 3 little short videos I'm going to do on brain tricks. And this one is about, it's the dopamine chemical that our brain has the effects of when we're feeling a craving. And what happens is either we smell food, we see it, we think about it, and probably at a moment where we're having trouble, we're not really physically hungry. In the case of physical hunger, your brain would pretty well operate in a positive, supportive, survival-based way where you go seeking a reward, and the reward would be, I'm hungry, I'm going to get some healthy food, it's going to take care of me, I'm going to feel better. That's the way our brain evolved. The problem comes in when we have so many tempting foods, and add to that the fact that we are secluded in our homes right now so much more, which makes this really difficult. It also makes it really important to make sure that you keep healthy foods in your house and a minimum of the less supportive foods in your house. But the brain doesn't act as logically when we've got these foods, that extra sugar and fat. They have a certain chemical reaction in the body that causes those mechanisms, the normal supportive ones, to go a little haywire. So dopamine is the chemical that gets released. Let's say we're thinking about those cookies that are in the pantry. So you start thinking, oh boy, I remember how great those were last time, yummy. Maybe you even baked some and they smell really good, which is really going to get those dopamine chemicals popping. At any rate, what happens is you get kind of sent on this hunt for this reward that you think is out there. And it's more in the case of these less supportive foods, the more processed, sugary, fatty foods. It's not so much an actual reward that's out there for you. It's really more this continual promise of a reward. And we all know that feeling. It's like a little bite of a cookie, and it's so good and it's rewarding. It kind of sends those dopamine chemicals popping in your brain, feels good, and you want some more, you have a little more. It's that constant, there's something out there for me, that promise of reward. But at the end of it all, it's kind of like it's just a fake promise. There's nothing there. It's like a scam. So just be aware of that. The brain has the capability to do this to us without us even being aware of it. It's that feeling of being drawn to something, but it's a promise. Just remember, this is a promise of reward. It's probably not really going to solve that stress you're feeling or whatever emotional thing that it is that causes you to go on this treasure hunt for food. So beyond that, I would say keep that in mind. There are a couple other tricks that the brain can play, and I'm going to go into those in the next 2 videos that I talk about. So that's it for today. Think about that when you're doing your noticing part of that. Go back and watch that video if you haven't seen it. It goes over the acronym NICE, which stands for Notice, Identify, Choose, and Evaluate. And you may notice these tricks going on. So I look forward to seeing you again for those other videos. Take care, stay safe, and I'll talk to you soon.